is a bit of a different video than what I normally make. I say bit of a different as if it isn't an entirely different genre of content. Y'all are probably used to when I just upload a song that I make, which is what I've been doing for a while now, just to like catalog the music that I make. However, now because of this goofy little game made by Antihero Studios, which I am now a part of, by the way. You should go use my code if you want to playtest the game for free, MISFITZ. It's very fun, actually. But I'm not here to talk about the gameplay, because everyone else is doing that right now. But I haven't seen anyone talk about the music. In fact, I don't even know if the music has been uploaded yet, so I had to make this compilation myself. So, my plan here today is to do a bit of a tier list on the music currently in the game, and the music is very good, mind you. I'm very impressed with the music that they made for this, especially since it's only in playtest right now. I assume they're gonna add a lot more once it's actually out. But for now, we're just gonna have to have the music recorded on my own, and then we'll see. And because of that, by the way, the music did get a little bit fricked up in a couple of spots, specifically in the in-game music 3 and 4. Both of those got messed up a little bit. The first in-game music I was able to fix, but the other ones I couldn't perfectly fix, so you'll notice there's a bit of a problem with them. Also, all the gameplay footage is from my recent stream that you should definitely come check out next time. Yippee! Other than that, though, I say let's go on and get into this with the first of the lobby music. Starting off with a very interesting build-up. Ooh. Now, I will say, I've had to listen to the music because I'm playing the game. However, this is fire when I'm just getting to listen to it on its own. Ooh. Yeah? That little pluck in the background. The constant driving bass is really... You can tell this is lobby music. Just even if the on-screen wasn't saying it, you can tell. Very nice little backing tracks with that little ambient... What even instrument would that be? Is it just a synth of some kind? Ooh. White noise always works out. I like to put that in some of my music too. It always helps. Those little flutes are very nice. Ooh. I know I'm just saying ooh a lot. I promise I'll make other reaction sounds. Keeping the same plucking idea from the earlier part of the song, except with a different instrument and more incessant now, in a good way. Oh yeah, that's nice. This is doing a very good job at being lobby music, just from being not calming per se, but just like very good at being background noise. Ooh, hitting that same idea from the beginning. And I believe this is the end of the song. Yeah, so it does end off a little bit weird how it doesn't actually, like, go out, but I know in terms of it being the lobby music, it goes into the next song very well, because it doesn't actually fade out, but it is still a bit weird if I were to just listen to the song on its own like I am right now. But overall, that was a very nice, like, progression in terms of what the song was trying to do, which is trying to just be music in the background while you do all the other little things, like opening your relics or upgrading your characters, which I still don't... This is why the real reason I'm not actually doing gameplay videos yet is because I'm really bad at the game, and I don't know what I'm doing. But the music is fire, and as music guy, I can do that. But it's time to actually rank it, and for that, considering that's lobby music, it does its job very well. However, I am gonna be a bit of an annoyance in terms of where I'm putting it, just because, like, it doesn't, it kind of keeps that same idea in the whole song without really doing much else, but it does it very well, so I'm not gonna put it at, like, the very top. I will just put it at A. I think that works for now. We'll see if I want to change it later when I listen to the rest of the songs on their own. And speaking of, I think it's time to get into lobby music number 2. Like I said, that one comes right off of the first one. It takes no time to hop into it. Which is good, considering there's only the 2 lobby music. There's only the 2 songs for it. I don't know what instrument that is doing, like, the main ow, ow. I am already kind of noticing a trend with the flutes, whatever kind of flute. I think it's just I think it's a flute, right? Correct me if I'm wrong about that. This is a very different vibe in comparison to the first of the lobby musics. Much more of a vibe, I would say. Where the other one was having a kind of, like, idea in terms of musical composition. This one is much more of just a, like, ambience with an ambience with melody, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, is that it? Yeah, that's it for that song. It's so much shorter in comparison to the first lobby music, but it works out because that one actually fades out, which can immediately then lead into the first one again, and the first one, like, immediately hits you with that bass, so you know when it shows up. So that works out very well in terms of transition between the music. I do hope they do a little bit more lobby music, though, because I kind of just like sitting in the lobby and listening to the music, so if there was more of it, then I'd be able to do a little bit more. But for now, it's time to rank this one on the board, and that one, like I said, it hits way more of that vibe level, but it doesn't really do more than that. In fact, I would say it does even less than the first lobby music, despite the fact that they're both lobby music. I think I'm probably going to put that one in B tier. I really like it, but I'm being a bit harsh here in where I'm placing them because I want there to be, I want there to actually be a progression in terms of where the songs are placed and not for all of them to end up in A or S tier. Now, if this were in comparison to some other, like, long list of music, like, for instance, I'm a big fan of MSM. If this was in comparison to, like, every single song from MSM, then I'd probably also put it in A tier just because it's really good and there would be plenty of stuff to, like, show progression in the tier list. However, we're just doing Misfits right now, so B tier it goes. But it's time to move on to the actual in-game music now, which has a way different type of where you're supposed to feel it. Because this is in the battles of you fighting all the other people or fighting the robots, which way different type of vibe that you're trying to go for. However, let's see what it does. Same kind of idea with the first lobby theme, hitting you with the bass immediately. Ooh. Little scratches, nice. Ooh. Ah, yeah, here we go. This is this song. Like I said, I've been playing the game, so I've been hearing the music. However, I haven't been paying too close attention to it. I've been trying to not spoil myself too much so I could make this video. Oh yeah, that's, yeah, What's interesting is it's not going anywhere with the music a whole lot. It's just like slowly putting stuff on top of it to make you feel it. Lots of ear candy. And lots of focus on the bass, too. Interesting. Now see, this is very in contrast to what I was saying earlier, where I was talking about how it not going anywhere very quickly. Now it's very clearly trying to build up to something. Those little scratches in the music are really helping it get that tone. Fits perfectly for the type of vibe this game's going for. Ooh! Get a little guitar in here. It has kind of fallen back into that idea, though. That very small percussion click in the background is interesting. This feels very akin to the beginning of the song again. Honestly, a perfect ending to the song where it just came back to the first idea that it instilled in you, but then just like kind of let it flew out from there, instead of, like I was talking about, where it was trying to stay in the same idea and go on for a while. Instead, it used that idea to stop the song right where it was, because it hadn't gone anywhere yet, since it was back at the first idea that it had made. But that was super interesting in comparison to the lobby music, where it's like trying to get you to feel that emotion of going in there and collecting all the stuff while you're trying to extract while you're trying to, no, it is extract. Okay, whatever, forget English. I'm music guy, not English guy. But that was very interesting in the terms of like trying to see it in the battling, because I feel like it actually was very low-key, which kind of fits because you're not immediately gonna be battling robots or battling people in the game. Instead, you probably, right at the beginning, you're gonna just be like walking around collecting things for a little bit, which it fits that idea a lot more than it does like the battling, which is why I didn't necessarily, when I was making this little compilation of the music, I didn't name these the battle music, because it's just the music when you're playing the game, which is not necessarily fighting things. And I think this is a really good representation of when you're not fighting stuff, which I think it does that really well. Now, in terms of the tier list, I think it actually kind of falls into the same idea as this lobby music. Maybe I would even put it a little bit, I would put it lower on the tier list actually, because I liked the like the composition flow of the lobby music more than that song specifically. I do know there's one song later down the road, could be any of these, but that will show the battling a lot more. Meanwhile, that one was more so trying to fall into the just going around collecting relics and whatnot. Like, I love the way the music in this game has like perfectly encapsulated what Misfits is meant to be. So all of this music, despite the fact that I'm putting some of it lower, I think is doing a really good job of being Misfits. Like, I would love to talk to the composer to see what what their thought process was when making this music, and like I would just love to see how they made the music, like what types of instruments they used. I'm very curious. Please, if anyone from Antihero Studios is watching, please let me talk to the composer. That would actually be amazing. I'm on my hands and knees begging, bro. But back to the music we go. We got 3 more songs to listen to still. We're not even halfway through the music yet. I believe one of these gets longer. I think it's probably this second in-game theme, which this one I think is probably the most iconic for the game so far, because it's the one that I can specifically remember. It's not melody, but you'll see. And there it is. Now, I am very particular about the music that I like listening to, probably because I've been playing video games for most of my years. I'm not a big fan of vocals in songs, I'll be real. It's part of the reason I can't, like, perfectly listen to what most people would consider normal music that isn't from a video game, because all of them's got vocals, and most of the time, I'm not a big fan of vocals. I do like when vocals are done well and used as an actual instrument in the song, like in terms of just actually being a nice vocal, but I can be very particular, and I will say this does a very good job at making the vocals for it very catchy. Actually noticed there the bass in that part a second ago was very akin to the same kind of bass line as the first lobby theme. Or was it the first in-game music? Ooh, key change? Lots more of the record scratches in here. Ooh! That was a very nice little riff there. Bit of a weird ending, though, I will say that. A bit of a weird way to end the song with it. Again, coming back to the flute, though, I think the flute is probably if I'd had to take a guess what the composer is trying to go for here is the flute and those little voices doing the record scratching. Those are like the main couple, I won't say instruments because they're not all instruments, but the main things the composer is using to kind of make this a full OST, despite the fact it's an online mobile game where not everyone is listening for music like I am, but I appreciate what they're doing. Now, in terms of where it goes on the board here, it is by far the most iconic song so far, because I feel like no matter how long you're in the actual battles, you're gonna hear this theme, because one thing I did notice is I didn't actually know how many songs were in this, so I just kind of sat around in the lobby for a while to see how many lobby themes there were, sat around in the battle for a while, and I only thought there were the 2 lobby themes and the 2 battle themes, but then these other 2 kind of jump scared me when they came on, and because I was trying to record the music, but I still think, after hearing it, that this one ends up as the most iconic of the themes, just because it kind of fits, I feel like it fits the vibe the best for this game. Like, I don't think any of them encapsulate the same idea that that one is going for. However, I'm gonna put it lower than the first lobby theme because I wouldn't listen to it on its own as much as I would this lobby theme. I actually probably would listen to that one on its own quite often. It's please, Antihero, if you're watching this, upload these as just on your YouTube channel just so I can listen to them because they're so good. Speaking of listening though, time to get to the third one. And this one is a way different vibe. I was talking earlier about how the first battle theme encapsulates the collection aspect of like the relics and whatnot while you're in game. This one is very much a battle theme. Again, bringing back that flute. I swear I'm right about that. Same kind of bass line though again. I feel like there's kind of like a recurring bass line here while still trying to build up to new ideas with each theme. Probably so that it kind of flows between the songs nicely and it still feels like you're in the same world. But you get to feel different vibes. Like this one is a way different vibe than the first battle theme. Are they saying actual words? I can't tell. Oh, once again, that key change right in the middle. I do love a good key change every now and then. Little breakdown section for a while. Oh. Well, that was a change. That little section there, I don't know how I felt about that. Taking out the drums for all of that felt a bit weird. Is that just me? I want to know if they recorded the flutes that they used for this soundtrack for real. Because it sounds really good. Nice little fade out from the beginning of the song. Honestly, that theme was really good, and it definitely, like I said, fits way more for the battle aspect of this game. When you're fighting the other people over their relics, you gotta become the best relic hunter after all. However, that little section in the middle, I think, really ruined it for me, because I really liked what it was doing otherwise, but it took out all of the percussion, which was like driving the whole song nicely. It had that little breakdown section with the vocals that I could not understand what they were saying. If they were saying anything, to be fair, it could have just been gibberish on purpose. But yeah, that little section afterwards, I kind of ruined it for me. I'm gonna put it in C tier. It doesn't go in D tier because the song was still good. I still liked it, but that felt weird. I wasn't a big fan of that. Now, I alluded to this last song earlier because upon it going from this third theme into the fourth theme, it actually jump scared me while recording it. I was not expecting what it does. Like, you'll see immediately. Oh, like, holy moly. Yeah, there's one of the mess-ups in the recording like I was talking about. This completely threw the bass idea out the window I was talking about. Maybe I'm just wrong about that. Maybe it was just coincidental. this feels much more akin to like an actual song instead of being battle music in a video game. I say actual music as in music that play like over the radio or something. I really like the little synth arpeggios. Yeah, those are arpeggios in the background. Going up them over and over again. I really like the melodic flow of this one. Despite the fact that there's actually not very many note-playing instruments. We kind of lost the iconic vocals and flute, though. I'm missing them now. Or did we? Is that just like a distorted version of the flute right there? I would be so curious to know what the actual composition of this was. This one is also fitting that same battle theme as the third one did. Not doing any weird things in the middle of the song, though. The background instrumental part of it is really reminding me of... Whoa. Sorry, I'm interrupting the beautiful music. I was gonna say the background was really reminding me of the Chapter 7 B-side music from Celeste, but this is no longer fitting that idea. So that was kind of a jump scare for me when it first turned on, but holy moly, as you keep listening to that song, it just gets better and better and better. The middle part of it is kind of flowed on for a little bit, but that is definitely intentional, so I'm not gonna take points away for it. In fact, I would say this one goes in the S tier. That was like the perfect theme for actually being in a battle. That was hypes you up, gets you in the mood, in the moment. It's perfect. It was beautiful. But that's gonna do it for my little tier list of the music from Misfits. Please go play this game on your own. It's only in playtest right now, so if you have not gone in and done a little referral for the playtest, you can go use my code iDrake. It's in the description. I'm not sponsored. I'm just part of their creator program, and I really like their game, and especially the music they have in their game. So I would appreciate if you'd go check out their whole thing, because what they're doing as a studio is actually very impressive, and I really like their whole ideals. So please go check this game out if you haven't already. Then you can go hear all of this music I showed you today in context. But that is going to be all from me. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye!